Welcome to the next video. In this video, I want to show you 5 signs that your business really needs employee monitoring software. And 3 situations where you probably don't need it yet. So if you're a business owner, a manager, if you're an IT admin or IT service provider, this video is for you. Many companies are somewhere in the middle. They suspect they might need monitoring, but they also don't want to overreact or spy for no reason. So in this video, I want to give you a practical way to think about it. When does screen monitoring make real business sense? And when is it maybe not the right tool, at least not yet? And I'm talking here specifically about screen monitoring, seeing the live computer screen as you are able to do it with the software Wolfeye.co. Wolfeye Remote Screen is the name of the software that you can download on Wolfeye.co. You install it on each of the company's computer and we'll see on a dashboard like this, the live computer screens for all the computers that you install it. Here's another picture, so to speak, or here. Yeah, you see it here also. So important for this video, disclaimer, I will talk about business reasons and technical possibilities. So this video is not legal advice. Before you introduce monitoring, please always check the legal requirements in your country and talk to a lawyer or HR expert. So let's start with 5 signs your business needs employee screen monitoring, like the one you know here on Wolfeye.co, Wolfeye Remote Screen. Sign number 1. You have a big gap between reported hours and visible results. So this is very, very common. You see timesheets, hours logged, and busy calendars, but when you look at the actual output, finished tasks, projects, customer responses, it doesn't match. You might be asking yourself, how can someone sit at the PC for 8 hours and produce so little? Why do we have so many hours built but so few real results? If this happens regularly across multiple people or teams, then poor time tracking and gut feeling are not enough anymore. Screen monitoring helps you see what actually happens on the screen in real time during work hours. Are they really working in your system, or are they browsing, doing side projects, or just being idle? If you constantly feel that numbers are that the numbers and the reality don't match, that's a strong sign that you will need a real visibility. And will need a tool like Wolfeye.co. I show you the dashboard, the demo dashboard. This is the demo dashboard. You install it on 5 computers, so to speak. This is and we'll see for each of the computer you install Wolfeye, you will see the live computer screen as here. This is a demo dashboard. That's why you only see dummy pictures or dummy pictures. In reality, you see the live screen, and live screen means that it's a screenshot updated 2 to 3 seconds. Every 2 to 3 seconds, the screenshot is updated. That's how you will see the live screen in real time, so to speak. And so you have this delay of 2 to 3 seconds. The screenshot updated, yeah. So that's how that's how it works. So let's go to sign number 2, why you might need a tool like this, like Wolfeye Remote Screen, that you download on Wolfeye.co. Yeah? You have remote staff, home office workers, or freelancers you almost never see. So when everyone was in the office, you could at least walk around, see people at their desks, get a rough idea of what's going on. But with a remote and home office, that disappears. You may have remote employees in other cities or countries, home office staff who you only see on video calls, freelancers who bill hours but work on their own PCs. If you have significant parts of your business running like this and you have no direct way to see what they are doing on company time, then screen monitoring becomes a very practical tool. screen monitoring like Wolfeye Remote Screen that you can download on wolfeye.co, and that will give you access to a dashboard like this where you will see the live computer screen on each of the computer in your company that you install the software. In this case, 5 computers. This is the demo, so that's why you only see dummy pictures. Yeah. Um, so it will let you see their work screens in real time. So you can verify work, give feedback, and protect the company without needing them to start a screen share call every time. So if your team is mostly remote and you're basically blind, that's a strong sign you should at least consider live screen monitoring. Again, before you do that, take legal advice because depending on the country you're operating and your specific use case and everything, it you might be legal or not legal, but take legal advice before deciding if this is a software for you. So sign number 3, you handle sensitive data and are worried about insider threats and data leaks. So if your company deals with customer data, financial data, health data, confidential documents, or other sensitive information, then the risk is not only someone is lazy, the risk is that someone misuses that access, downloads data, or sends it outside. So firewalls and antivirus are important, but they don't always show you what the user actually did on the screen. Yeah. So screen monitoring gives you a way to see suspicious activity live and reconstruct what was on the screen when something happened. So if you already had 1 or 2 incidents where data almost leaked, or you're constantly worried about insiders with too much freedom, that's a strong sign that you need a tool like Wolfeye.co that shows you the actual screen and not just logs. Again, how you use this must respect your local laws, and these are dependent on the country, your use case, and everything. So technically, though, screen monitoring is one of the most direct ways to see what's really happening. Sign number 4, you keep discovering misuse of companies' PCs by accident. So sometimes you don't plan any monitoring, but you still end up seeing things you don't like. You walk past a PC and someone is on social media 90% of time. You find installed games or private software on company machines. You hear from colleagues that people watch streaming videos during work. If this happens repeatedly, it usually means the misuse you see is only the tip of the iceberg. If you only catch things by accident, you have no structured ways to see what's going on. So screen monitoring lets you check specific PCs or teams in a focused way. So you can see if misuse is really a pattern or just a one-time thing. If we keep watching things by accident, sounds familiar, that's another sign you need more systematic visibility. And the next, finally, sign number 5, you already had conflicts, warning, or even legal disputes without clear evidence. So this is where it gets serious. Maybe you had an employee who claimed they were working and you had a strong feeling they were not, but no proof. A customer complained where nobody admitted fault and you couldn't reconstruct what happened on the screen. A conflict that escalated because it was your word against theirs. If you've been in this situation more than once, you know how stressful and expensive it can be and how much time it wastes for management and HR. Screen monitoring won't magically solve every conflict, but it can give you hard visual evidence of what was on the screen at certain times. So that makes it easier to be fair, to protect the company, and to protect honest employees who do their job properly. If you already had serious conflicts without evidence, that's a strong sign that you would benefit from structured screen monitoring. So let's now look at the other side, 3 situations where you probably don't need employee screen monitoring, at least not yet. The situation number 1 would be you have no clear goal and no policy at all. So if you're just thinking maybe we should monitor just in case, but you cannot answer why, who, what, and how long, then you're not ready to install anything. Without a clear goal and basic rules, you'll only create confusion and risk. So in that situation, The right next step is clarify your business reasons, draft a simple monitoring or IT usage policy, check legal requirements, and then think about tools. So if you have no clarity and no policy, you don't need monitoring software yet. You need a plan first. Situation number two is very small, tightly knit team with low risk and full physical visibility. Imagine 3 to 5 person office, one room, you sit together, you see each other's screens all day, no sensitive data, no remote work, low risk of fraud. So technically you could monitor, but the real benefit is small. You are already seeing most of what's happening and the risk is limited. So in that kind of environment, it can be smarter to focus on a good communication, clear expectations, and basic time tracking instead of running screen monitoring from day one. So as soon as you grow, go remote, and handle more sensitive data, the situation changes. But at a tiny low risk stage, you may not need it yet. And the situation number three is you only need simple time tracking for billing. So if your main problem is I need to know how many hours we worked for client X so I can send an invoice. So and you are not really worried about misuse, security, or detailed behavior, then full screen monitoring might be an overkill. So in that case, a simple time tracking tool or project tracking tool might cover 90% of your needs. So employees start and stop at a timer, you see hours per client and project, and that's it. The moment you start to doubt the hours, worry about what happens during those hours, you may consider screen monitoring. But if your only need is we need some hours for billing, you can start with lighter tools. To summarize, 5 signs you probably need screen monitoring. You need a constant gap between reported hours and real results. Your team is remote, home office freelancers, and you are blind to their screens. You handle sensitive data and are worried about insider threats or leaks. And you keep discovering misuse of company PCs by accident, and you already had conflicts or disputes without clear evidence. And the three situations where you probably don't need it yet is you have no clear goal or policy yet. You need a plan first. Then you're a tiny low risk team all in one room with full visibility. And finally, you only need basic time tracking for billing and nothing more. And if several of the 5 signs apply to your business, then employee screen monitoring is likely not an overkill, and it's a missing part of your IT and management toolbox. Again, this is not legal advice. Before you implement monitoring, always check the legal situation in your country for your use case, create a clear policy, and inform employees in a way that fits your laws and your company culture. So now we almost have 15 minutes full. This is how Wolfeye works. This is what you will get after you install it on each of your company's computers. In this case, it has been installed on 5 computers, as you see. If you would like to try Wolfeye Remote Screen on your computers, go to our website, wolfeye.co, yeah, and click this button that says 14 days free trial and schedule a Google Meet session. And this Google Meet session, I first will give you a demonstration. Wolfeye will already be installed on my computer. I will give you access to my dashboard that looks like this, and you will see my computer live screen, not with dummy pictures like here, but my live screen. Yeah. Then I will give you the download link to download Wolfeye by yourself, and can even guide you through the installation process in a Google Meet session, yeah, where you can share your screen in the Google Meet session. Of course, I can also install it for you using AnyDesk. Anyhow, in that Google Meet session, we can clear and talk about all the questions that you might have. And I can help you with your specific issue and problem to solve your problem, your task. So I would be very happy to get to know you. See you in the next video.